Um, who were your friends and how many did you have when you were growing up?
Well, when I was growing up, I had, well, since I went to country school, everybody was your friend. But in my class, there were two other, they were both girls, two other girls. And so they got to be your closest friends.
Yeah.
But I suppose you'd have to say Carol Erickson and Sandra Rumpfer. They were in my class or the class below me. But we had a lot of classes together.
Yeah. Did you have a best friend?
Well, when I got to grade school and went to school in town, I had a best friend. Lois Malm, I would say, was a best friend. I had a lot of friends, but probably Lois Malm was the closest friend as I got older.
Were you shy or outgoing when you were?
I was a shy person.
How would you say you were a good friend?
Well, when we did something together, I sort of tried to keep it quiet, and it was between us.
Yeah.
Whatever I was told, I tried to keep it to myself because I didn't spread it around to other people.
Yeah. What memory do you hold of your friends?
I suppose visiting them, going to their places and spending the night were probably some of the best memories.
Did your family go to church when you were young?
Always. Went every Sunday. We went to church. Church was very important to my family, and it is to me. And I guess one of my most special memories is when we had a snowstorm and we couldn't go to church. And my dad we had church, just our family had church at home. I thought that was a special memory.
What was your favorite prayer for bedtime and mealtime?
Now I lay me down to sleep.
I
Yeah, we still use it. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
We still do that.
Still do that one, yeah. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah. What is your favorite verse or memory from church?
I guess one of my favorite memories is when Bruno, Grandpa, said that's my girlfriend. She can play piano, and I just had started taking piano lessons. I could just barely play. And when he said that, I think that's probably a special memory. What else? And then another memory, I don't know if that's just so special or not, but it was a scary one. I taught Bible school, and I had these two little boys, and under the newspaper that dinner time they brought this garter snake in and laid it on the table. And when I lifted it, the paper up here was this snake, and I don't like snakes. So I very calmly told them they had to take that snake out of here.
What is your prayer for me?
I pray that you will marry somebody that be very happy for the rest of your life, and you will marry somebody who loves you very much and you love him. I pray that life will treat you well. Things will go good for you. Have many healthy children.
A time when you were really happy.
When I got married, I was very happy. I was marrying somebody I loved very much, and we were going to start out together doing what we really wanted to do. And it didn't matter that we didn't have much money. We loved each other, and we're going to make the best of it. And I would say that was a happy time for me.
What hobbies or activities have brought you joy over the years?
Hobbies are through the years. Growing up on a farm, we didn't do that much besides just work. We did a lot of gardening, and that is still a hobby of mine, is gardening. Did a lot of cooking for hired help, and I think I still enjoy cooking sometimes.
A story from your life that still makes you laugh.
Oh, goodness. I guess I think of my brother when he got a Shetland pony, and we always teased him and said, and then he said, "Don't go," and then the horse would take off. And one day he was sitting on this horse and he said, "Don't say that." No, we said, "Don't say what?" "Don't say," and here the horse goes and takes off, and he said it. I think that made me laugh probably as much as anything.
What makes you happiest about being a grandmother?
Happy. When they're happy, when they're healthy, and when they're doing what they love. And I think when they say that Jesus is the Lord of their life, that makes me happy.
What games did you and your friends play?
We played Andy over, and that's when you throw a ball across a shed or something, and you throw it across, and when it's coming you say, "Andy." Then if they catch it, they can come around and tag you. I like to play that. Or a pull away. That is, I wonder if I still remember how that goes. That's, you say pull away, and there's some on this side and some on this side, and you run and try to get to the other side without getting touched by these team members. And if you're touched, then you have to quit playing. And then the other side tries to get you out by touching you again. But if they can't, then you're always like a dead person. You don't play anymore. Right? That probably. It's one game I remember playing. I think that's about it.
What songs and rhymes did you sing?
Oh, what songs? We sang "Jesus Loves Me" from day one. Rhymes. Mary Had a Little Lamb, that's one that I remember. His fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. I'm sure you know that one.
Did you have a favorite toy?
Not that I can remember. Oh, I had a doll that it was a real soft innards. And then there was a hole that these innards were starting to come out and make a mess. And my mom burned it.
Oh.
And that was a favorite doll of mine because it was so soft, all this stuff was coming out. It was sort of a messy doll. And that was a favorite of mine.
As your children grew up, what games did you play with them?
You know, we never played very many games, as I recall. We did some water skiing, and which I liked.
Yeah. Dad still likes the
He
water
still
skiing?
likes to water ski. As far as games, I can't recall any. Does your dad talk about any games?
No, not really.
No, we didn't play very many games. I don't recall any.
What game do you want to teach me?
What game would you like to be taught? Oh,
That Andy Over one sounds fun.
Andy Over, we should do that sometime. You have to have sort of the right little shed.
That's not too big.
That's not too big, yeah, and the house would be way too big. And you take a ball and you see if you can throw it across the roof. And then you say, Andy. So it sort of has to have the right kind, like a chicken coop or something like that. Would be the right kind. We'll have to try that sometime. We have to see if we can play that.
Do you remember what you dreamed about accomplishing? Have you done it?
Well, I dreamt about when I thought I would be a stewardess someday, and I've never accomplished that. I thought I was going to be a nurse, and I guess a few years ago I accomplished that. Mostly I went to the college where I went to because Bruno was going there.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'd like to go to the same place. And then I got an MRS degree. That's what happens when you do that. A Mrs. degree.
Yeah. When you were in school, what would you daydream about? Okay.
I suppose I did some daydreaming about Grandpa, but I can't really remember that daydreaming. I can't remember my daydreaming.
On your birthday, when you blow out the candles, what wish comes to mind?
I guess the years that I wish for a healthy, happy year. And some years that has come true and some years it hasn't. But mostly it has. Been healthy.
What are your wishes for your children? What is your wish for your grandchildren?
My wish for my children, that they don't have to work hard and that life comes easier to them. I guess every mother wishes that for their kids. And for my grandkids, I wish that life turns out good for them, that they don't have to work so hard. Life is good to them. I suppose that doesn't change much all the time.
Did your mother teach you a special craft?
No, I wouldn't say my mom ever taught me a special craft. She taught me how to do things orderly, I think that she taught me a lot on just the necessary housekeeping things and the yard things and just the regular everyday things. I think she taught me a lot of those. And I didn't realize I do that much like my mom until we went through some of the things she had, and they would be the same things I would probably pick. So I must have gotten those from my mom without even realizing it.
Did you enjoy painting, drawing, or writing?
I'm not a painter, not a drawer. I like to write. Mostly after I write something, when I have to write it, I always sort of dread it, but after it's done, I'm glad I had to do it, because it makes you think about what you value and what you don't. I guess mostly what we did when I was growing up, we had to take piano lessons all the time. Had to practice piano, and so I spent a lot of time doing that. And I can thank my mom for that. She made us practice and that kind of thing.
What's your favorite color?
I'd say blue is my favorite color.
What kind of art or music inspires you?
Art. Music, I like most music. I like easy listening the best, probably. I like some classical, but I don't want to listen to classical all day. So I'd say music, there's quite a few different styles of music that I like. I do not like rock or something that makes me agitated. I like, but like polkas, they are fast, but I always think you can't listen to a polka without a smile on your face. It seems like they go together.
Is there a painting or poem that you liked when you were younger?
Painting. I have some favorite paintings now that I like. I don't know the names of them. I know that I like Thomas Kincaid's work, and I like some of Terry Redlin works, but I like reflective poems or pictures. But as far as knowing the names of them, I don't know the names of them.
What things of beauty do you treasure most?
Treasure most? I think probably pictures. To me, pictures of the family are something that I treasure. And to me, they're all beauty. They're all pretty. Nice.
Do you remember when you and your parents celebrated family traditions?
Oh yes, I do. Especially remember Christmas. We always had our Christmas programs always on the 24th, and then or the 23rd. Usually we were with another church, and so our Christmas program would usually be on the 23rd, and then we'd get to open one package after the Christmas program, and then we'd open the other packages on Christmas Eve. We'd always celebrated Christmas Eve instead of Christmas Day.
Did you start new traditions when your children were born?
I suppose the new tradition that we started was the fact that we'd have our Christmas was always wherever it would fit in, because we'd get Christmas at my husband's folks and Christmas at my folks would be first, whenever they worked out, and our Christmas was always wherever it fit. A lot of times it was after we'd come home from one of the other places in the middle of the morning, and then we'd open our packages and have our Christmas, and then we'd go out and milk the cows.
Yeah.
Then we'd try to sleep a little bit, and it was always a time when we didn't have much for sleep. It was always sort of a rush kind of thing.
Yeah.
For Christmas. And let's see some of the other things.
Did your mom and grandma give you special recipes or family secrets?
I suppose she gave me recipes that I liked, and she gave me a recipe box when I had showers before we got married. She's very helpful that way. As far as any specific ones, I can't recall, but I know that there were things that we were used to eating and we liked them.
Yeah. What tradition do you hope to pass on to you, or that you hope that passed on to your children?
That came from my folks. A lot of these traditions pass on without you even being aware of them. You don't even think of them as being traditions. It just happens.
I suppose we get to open a present on Christmas Eve, and then all the rest are open.
Okay, on Christmas Day? Okay. So that's probably one that came down the line. Yeah, you make a mess, don't you, Kitty? She sheds so bad.
Yeah, so does our cat.
I think cats have a habit of shedding.
Do you know, I heard somewhere in a book that they shed because of light. That's why they shed more in the summer than the winter.
Because of the light?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe they were warm and so they didn't need all this fur.
I heard in a book.
Yeah, that could be a light. So should we put them in a paper sack or something, huh?
Yeah. How did you celebrate holidays?
Oh, we discussed Christmas. I remember graduation. We had one of the first. We had family come over. You know, like a lot of my dad's brothers and sisters, and my cousins. My mom's brothers and sisters weren't around, but she always made sure that we got together with his brothers and sisters and cousins at regular times, especially when his mom and dad my grandma and grandpa were alive. So for birthdays or something, we'd always get together with family. I was trying to think of what else we did. We did Christmas and we did our birthdays, and other than that, we didn't really get together a lot for special times, as I recall.
How is music a part of your holiday celebrations? I know we sing Christmas carols.
Yeah, we always do that, don't we? Yeah, Christmas carols are very much a part of our holidays. And then we always sing the happy birthday song for the person who had was celebrating a birthday. That was pretty special.
What was your first Thanksgiving with Grandpa like?
Apparently it must have been uneventful. I don't even recall it. I remember when we first got married, I would like going home for whatever when we go visiting, and I would hate to leave. I wished I could stay there until after I had kids, which was, David was born 1 year after we married, and then Kevin the next year. And then I was glad to go home because the kids are always better at home than they were when we went somewhere.
Yeah.
So then I was glad to be home.
What do you like to do now during the holidays?
What do I like to do now when?
During the holidays.
During the holidays. Well, I like to have everybody come over. I like that. And I like to get together and sing Christmas carols, and I like to watch everybody open their packages because that to me is fun, just to watch them open what I decided I like to give them.
Yeah. Their expressions.
Their expressions. I like to hear their Christmas program, or if they learned a special piece, I like to hear them say that.
What was a favorite memory about holidays,
Favorite memory about holidays? I think that one of my favorite memories is getting together all the time. Well, like for Valentine's Day, just around the table and just sharing Valentine cards, and Thanksgiving, I like to hear what everybody's thankful for. I guess just getting together. I like that when people get together and do some visiting and sharing what's been special for them through the year. I like that.
Yeah.
You done playing pool?
Yeah. We'll do this page and then you can do the rest of it.
Okay, another time.
Do you remember when there weren't computers or cell phones?
No. Yes, I do remember when there was no cell phones. There was not such a thing, because that really has changed our life.
Mm-hmm.
You can go anywhere and somebody can call you. That wasn't when I grew up. And computers, I can remember when there was no such thing as a computer, and encyclopedias were used if you wanted to look something up about a country or a fact or whatever. You looked it up in a book. You didn't look it up on the computer. Yeah, I remember that. That's,
yeah. What are the best changes that have taken place during your lifetime?
The best changes. Well, probably computers, because I always say computers, like you have a giant library in your back room or wherever.
Yeah.
Because when we have a question or something, you can go to the computer and look it up, find an answer, where you could never do that before, especially not in your house.
Hey, homework, I can do that.
What do you miss about the old days?
What do I miss about the old days? Oh, nothing. Let's see. Well, I was younger then. I miss that. Sometimes I guess I wouldn't want to go back and do it over again, though. So I can't say that this is all bad. I can remember when we saw our first TV, but I can't say that that was all. I could function very fine without a TV, so I don't think that was one of the better innovations. I guess I'd have to say the computer is probably one of the better ones.
In what way was your childhood a lot different than mine?
I suppose because of TVs and computers and cell phones.
Technology.
Yeah, technology was different then. And I suppose you'll see a lot of changes too.
Yeah.
As you get older.
It's hard to imagine something more advanced than that.
And right now.
I know.
But there will be.
Cars that hover.
Hover cars, yeah. See, I thought they would have hover cars when I was older. When I was young, I thought that, and they still haven't really gotten hover cars.
I've got an idea. Just
What's that?
Put a giant fan under it and behind it on the side so you can turn it.
No, put like 4 giant fans.
Oh, you mean turn with a fan?
Yeah, you click it on. No, I don't know. How's your childhood similar
Gives
to
you
mine?
the gravity.
Well, I think my childhood was similar to yours in that you have a mom and a dad that are farm oriented, and they love each other, and you don't come from a broken up family just like I didn't, and you have to work too. See, how are they the same? Probably quite a bit the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.